There are many of us that struggle with self-love, me included. And I don't think that that's strange in any way when thinking about how social media works today, with the algorithm just feeding us with new people, more people that have this super successful life. And in that kind of world, it's hard to be kind to yourself. And today I want to share 3 of the perspectives that I really think have helped me get to where I am today. My name is Sarah, and I'm an engineer and management consultant who have taken a break to try to figure out how I can live more true to myself. Having similar thoughts? Join me to see how far we can go together. A lot of my own self-doubt has come from situations where I question if I could have handled it better, if I could have said something else, or if I could have behaved in a different way. Both to make people like me more, or to not offend anyone, or to just be more accepted. And I'm so grateful that I am at a place right now where I can honestly say that I love myself. But it doesn't always come easy. And I know how easy it is to doubt yourself in so many different situations. You can feel confident at work and that you are capable of doing things. You can make a kick-ass PowerPoint presentation with great bullet points. But when it comes to yourself and your own self-worth, it's not as easy because it's not as concrete. For example, one behavior that I have questioned myself for a lot is that I feel guilty and selfish when I try to set boundaries to people. And this especially implies when I can tell in their eyes that they are disappointed at me. Yeah, exactly. That's how my brain interprets it, that they are disappointed at me, while the truth might be that they're just disappointed about the situation. And what I do then, if I'm not aware enough of my behavior, is that I start to twist myself. When I see the disappointment in their eyes, I start to say that
No, it's okay. We can do that. I'll just have to reschedule a couple of things.
Or knowing in my head that I won't be able to have my alone time this week, for example. And I do this because I get so stressed by them being disappointed at me that I am willing to cross my own boundaries to get their love. And in this situation, when I am aware enough, I try to just stand their disappointed eyes, just telling myself that it's good that I set the boundaries, that it's not selfish, and it wouldn't be a great quality time anyways if I didn't have the energy enough to actually be present with them. So I'm doing both of us a favor by being clear with my boundaries. But since my brain and my behavior comes from a people-pleasing place, I want to solve the pain that I caused directly. Throughout the years, I have collected a few perspectives that I would like to share with you. So these 3 are understanding, compassion, and love. Understanding that our body and mind have created different strategies to survive. Even though our brain is not wired to handle this kind of stress and reality that we now live in. Understanding that these strategies are programmed deep down in our brain, often copied from our surroundings. We've learned how other people deal with different kind of situations, but also an understanding that these strategies might not be for us, and that we need to give ourselves new influences and inspiration on how we can handle these situations instead. But we also need to show compassion to ourselves. Our body and mind have created these strategies because it wants to protect us. This subconscious mind does this out of love. And even though we might not like how we behave in different situations, we need to understand that that has a background in something else. When we get triggered in different situations, it's because we've been through a situation that our body has learned to protect us from. And now it's just searching for all signs that might put us in that dangerous situation again. These triggers are warning signals to us, but we must know that that danger might not be true. And it's not until we understand that and we have compassion for that, then that awareness is the first step towards change. I believe we also must show compassion for the ones around us that have these strategies and that we might have been influenced by. These people probably did their best too, and they might as well feel stuck without knowing how to get out from those destructive patterns. And a really important thing that I want to mention here is that you cannot change anyone but yourself. You can only control how you want to behave. You can never force an insight on anyone, but in best case you might be able to inspire them to change their strategies too. And lastly, you need to handle yourself with love. A lot of people around me, especially these people pleasers, they're so used to just giving out love to everyone else around them that they see needs it. But we so often forget about ourselves. We need to have love enough to give ourselves the time we need. Love enough to find role models you can be inspired by. It can be friends, family, colleagues, or an actor. It doesn't matter. But understand that these people are not perfect either. Everyone have their flaws, but you can be inspired by parts of them. And also give yourself love and attention enough to provide yourself with the tools you need on your journey to love yourself. For me, self-love is knowing yourself enough to know when you need to say no and having the integrity enough to do it. And also being curious enough on yourself to discover what you need to feel good and then love yourself enough to give you that. I know you can do it. You just need to remember to be kind to yourself. Treat yourself as you would with your best friend. Would you say to that person, no, push yourself, go meet that person even though you don't have energy for it, or even though you stayed up all night because your dog was howling, or just had a shitty night of sleep? Would you really push your friend to do that? And if the answer is no, then why do you push yourself? Understand that this will take time and it will sometimes hurt, and we will never be fully done. Show yourself compassion in that you are doing your best, and that it's okay to feel like shit sometimes, but also give yourself the love that you so often show for others, to be patient enough to keep going.